Counterfeit. Kruger. He matched $1 billion. Listen. That's a match. Not so long ago, every third match struck was made by Ivor Kruger. For 20 years, this famous financier lives in luxury, rubs elbows with kings, presidents, prime ministers, dictators, enjoys worldwide recognition as the multi-millionaire match king with a reputation as pure as the snows of Sweden, where he was born. But all the time, he is on a massive scale a top-hatted, suave swindler, fantastic forger, cunning counterfeiter, a man who plunders more billions of pounds than anyone who ever lived. Apart from that, Ivor Kruger is small fry. Stockholm, 1910. 30-year-old Ivor Kruger turns to his architect partner, Paul Toll.
Oh, Paul, I'm bored. Same type of work day in and day out. How can you be patient?
Our partnership. It is not successful.
Oh, do you call this not being successful?
Those 10 years wandering the world, they've made you restless, Ivor. But an engineer draftsman such as you are must settle down one day.
Yes, I am restless. When I was in America, I saw power, the power of money. I learnt that it's the utilization of money for power that the financier aims at.
And so my Ivor Kruger aims at being a financier with the power of a moneyed Napoleon.
Why not? Oh, if only I had money, plenty of money.
One sure way of getting it is to make something that people really need.
That people really need? Paul, my family in Kalmar, they own 3 match factories.
Matches, eh? Now there's something that everybody needs, even myself. Have you a match, please, Ivor?
What? Oh, a match, yes. Yes, here.
Thank you.
Such a small thing, yet such a necessity. Paul, I'm returning home. With my engineering knowledge, I can improve the factories, increase output, make superior matches. Paul, mark my words. I am going to capture the world's match market.
Kruger returns home, plunges into stepping up the 3 factories' production. Within 4 years, he has bought up every other match factory in Sweden, transformed them into a prosperous trust. 1914. The world plunges into war, but not neutral Sweden. For 2 years, it imitates America, sits on the sidelines, rakes in huge fortunes. Then America goes in. Sweden stays out. The war stops. With money in his pocket, Kruger roams impoverished Europe, buys up every match factory left. He's not satisfied. He hungers after his dream of power, dream of a worldwide match monopoly. To achieve both, he needs more money. It is now Ivor Kruger, the man who graduated at 19 from Stockholm's Royal Technical University by cheating, pulls his first trick. He calls at a Brussels bank.
Tell your president I am here.
Yes, sir. What name?
Kruger, Ivor Kruger. Hurry, man, my time's valuable.
The clerk disappears into the president's office. There is a pause. The clerk returns. He just stops himself from bowing. Into the office he ushers the Swede, who walks up to the president's desk, tosses on it a bundle of currency.
400 million francs. Let me have a receipt.
Flattered, flustered, the president obliges. Kruger walks out. Next day, he walks in. He's been asked to do just that. The president is embarrassed. An employee counted the currency, and it comes to only 5 million.
Oh, I'm sorry, terribly sorry. A dreadful mistake, horrible. I apologize humbly. I can see now how it was made. Dreadful, dreadful. The employee responsible shall be discharged. Oh, sir, I am most dreadfully sorry.
Well, Mr. Kruger, mistakes will occur. I have here an amended receipt for 5 million francs.
Sir, you are most understanding. I shall never forget your kindness. One day I shall repay the good turn.
Think nothing of it, Mr. Kruger. Your receipt.
Thank you.
You have the first one with you? The one for the 400 million francs?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's in my safe at my office.
Oh, I see.
But I give my word as a man of honor. The moment I return, I shall personally destroy. I shall burn that receipt. You do not doubt my word, sir?
No, of course not, Mr. Kruger. Of course not.
Good day to you, sir, and thank you again.
Now, there's a fine man. Pleasure to do business. He'll go far in this world. Yes, he'll go very far before long.
Yes, you're on your way now, Kruger, aren't you? And you're happy. You've got what you want to really get in the big time. You've got 2 receipts. One for 5 million francs, and one for 400 million francs. Of course, you're not going to destroy the letter as promised, are you? Instead, you're going to use it to raise more credit. 100 million more credit. Why not? If a bank president trusts you with a phony receipt, others will trust you. They do. Even the president of France in this shaky year, 1920.
And so, monsieur, if you see fit to make this loan, the honor of saving the glory of France will be yours.
I appreciate the opportunity, Monsieur le Président. But 2 details. Please speak bluntly, monsieur.
One after my own heart. Very well. I have the final figure.
And it is?
17,600 million francs.
Very well. I shall lend you the money in return for one security.
Oui, it is
A complete and binding monopoly on matches throughout France.
agreed.
Berlin. Germany is on the verge of financial suicide. Into the treasury strides a medium, tall man, slight, dark, a puffy, immobile face, pursed, thick lips, a pale skin that's always moist. Who is this calm man?
Herr Kruger, you are indeed the savior of Germany. The loan, it could be in English pounds?
The amount?
30 million.
Very well. I shall advance you a loan of 30 million pounds in return for one security.
It is?
Ah, we know. A complete and binding monopoly on matches throughout Germany. Now this man stalks back to Sweden, back to his bewildered partner, Paul Toll.
But, Ivor, how can you loan so much money? We haven't got it.
It's there, on paper.
But,
Paul, on our books is the loan to the French government, the German government. In English currency, they total 150 million pounds. That is more than enough to attract cash investors to our Kruger and Toll company. That's more than enough for us to raise unlimited credit.
Ivor, it frightens me.
Paul, I've just floated another subsidiary, the Garanta Company. Listed assets, 8 million pounds.
Another? But why?
Oh, I'm not too sure yet, but I'll find a use for it.
He does. The Garanta Company is nothing but an Amsterdam attic in a quiet street. Its sole employee is a bearded old man who faithfully enters in the books exactly what Kruger tells him to enter.
And here's another item, a loan to the Spanish government for, make it 20 million pounds.
Certainly.
Kruger's match monopoly spreads glacier-like over the world. In the United States, he owns the biggest production unit, the controlling shares in the second. Only 2 countries hold out against him, Russia and Japan. His empire is now vast. Its ramifications are entangled, the false and the phony entwined. Even Kruger is beginning to have trouble shifting the genuine from the counterfeit companies. Loans and counterloans pile up to astronomical figures. Comes 1930. He still needs more money, real cash this time, to keep his empire going. He shuts himself in his Stockholm office for days. Comes out with one of the greatest forgeries of all time.
My masterpiece, printed by my own hands. Italian government bonds, 50 million pounds worth. I defy anyone, even Mussolini, to say the signature is not his own.
Ivor, these bonds, the Italian government bonds.
Ah, yes. They're in return for a secret loan to Italy. The money is to rebuild the Italian fleet.
It was never made public.
Of course not. If France hears of it, for instance, there'll be war.
Well, I just didn't understand how it came about.
Are you suggesting that I'm falsifying the books?
Hold on to yourself, Kruger. Wall Street is about to crash, and when it does, the depression will dry up credit all over the world. What's that? You've sold one of your subsidiaries? The Swedish Ericsson Telephone Company to America's International Telephone and Telegraph? And accountants are demanding to see your books? No wonder you panic. This is, incredibly, the first time outside accountants demand the examination. And what do they find? 2 million pounds of assets do not exist. Now they demand the money. You rush home. Your golden tongue persuades the Swedish Prime Minister to order the Swedish Credit Bank to advance you the 2 million. But you already owe it 10 million. You get only a further 500,000. Oh, well. The end's getting close, Ivor Kruger. Word's got around you're suspect. Your company's a counterfeit. What do you say to that?
I'm losing my mind. I can't remember. I can't think. I can't.
You'd better think. Here comes another batch of demands, each one the same. Investigation of all assets, accounts, loans, everything.
I must stop them. I've got to stop them. I must head them off, raise money. Money. Cash. I must get cash to meet every demand. Yes. Cable every company. Cable one word. Sell.
Sorry, Kruger. It's too late. Here's your old friend, Paul Toll, come to see you in your Paris apartment.
Ivor, I've done my best, but the worst has happened. The Swedish Prime Minister himself has confiscated all documents for examination.
I see. Well, Paul?
And I'm here to take you to a meeting of bankers. They're waiting for you at the Hotel du Rhin.
Very well. You go ahead. I'll be along in a few minutes.
Yes, just as you say, but don't be too long. They're in a very savage mood.
A few minutes alone, Paul. That's all I ask.
Very well, I shall tell them. Till later, Ivor.
Till later. I pray it hits my heart.
The incredible luck that characterized so many of his earthly actions stayed with Ivor Kruger to the end. The bullet hit the exact center of his heart. The shot was the signal for panic throughout his enormous empire, an empire built on fraud, on cheating, on counterfeiting. Even today, the tangle he left behind is not all straightened out. So far, claims on his estate total almost £3 billion. The legacy left by the world's most fantastic fake, Ivor Kruger. This is a true story from the world of counterfeit.